Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is your boy, T-Money, King of Puppies. There you go. This time around, it will be November 6th, because Mixed Match Challenge was on a Tuesday, and through the 8th, because Impact was on Thursday. All right. So first up, Mixed Match Challenge started off with the country dominance of Bobby Lashley and Mickie James versus BMB, Bayley and Finn Balor. In which case, that match was pretty good, I gotta say. But it ultimately ended with the help of Lio Rush. Thanks to Lio Rush's distraction and him being chased all over the ring by Finn Balor and ultimately just getting dropped by Bobby Lashley. Bayley getting a jump on him doing the Bayley to belly suplex, but didn't see Mickie James, and we got the Mickey DDT. And that was it. Country dominance 3-0. Moving on from that, we have Naomi and her husband, Jimmy Uso, versus R-Truth, or actually Fabulous Truth, Carmella and R-Truth. And they got themselves a wrap-off. They ended in a dance-off. And while freaking R-Truth and Uso were taking each other out, Naomi was all alone with Carmella, and surprisingly, just like before, Naomi got the win, just like last time. In which case, even after that, they were still dancing. I didn't do the cutscene of them rapping because it was okay. It was okay. The raps were okay. Not the best. We've seen better from John Cena alone.
I don't know about John Cena.
I mean, John Cena's battle raps, meaning it was him or anybody else, including Kurt Angle, Big Show, Rikishi, what was that guy from Asia?
Huh?
That was a funny one, where he said, I be spearing Britney.
Kevin Federline.
No.
Oh,
It's like that dragon in my pants. What was that guy who had a geisha of a wife going around?
Kenzo Suzuki.
There you go. And many more battle raps that was fun when John Cena did that.
But and Rikishi did something with that too.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Now let's get on to 205 Live. With help from T-Money here. His stage name, T-Money.
That's right.
Thanks to T-Money, we got some info for the matches, so run it down. Or should I just mention them?
Yeah, go ahead, mention that.
Just mention the highlights. I'm trying to remember. Lince Dorado? Is that one of the... Yeah, that's Lince Dorado. I remember his name now. It was Mike Kanellis and TJP versus Lucha House Party of Lince Dorado and Kalisto. Ultimately, TJP went and grabbed the mask off of one of the luchadors, being Lince Dorado, the one who has the cat-like mask, and got it off once again, but they were ready this time because he had a second mask underneath his mask, which gave him the win to do a quick pin and got the win for the Lucha House Party and ending their losing streak thanks to the mask stealing TJP. And Maria Kanellis was taking control of both her husband and TJP, saying, I'll take a handle of this. I'll be in control. Other than that, Buddy Murphy, the champion, had to put his title on the line because they were in England or British or whatever, and they were fighting. What was his name? Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan.
Matt Morgan.
Look at 205 Live. He's a skateboarding dude. The guy who won the second year of Impact British Boot Camp. Had that thing bugging my nose. But go back down. Go back down. Right there. Nope. Right here. Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews from the UK NXT. And I've been watching NXT UK, but still not into it. Still don't know a lot of people. Otherwise, that match ended in Buddy Murphy's favor. Ultimately ending the show. Mustafa Ali had his say because he's number one contendership. 2 against Buddy Murphy, but that would be at a later time. Ultimately, I think that was it. But next, let's go on to NXT. Can you look that up? Starting that show would be a tag team match between Heavy Machinery. Oh shoot, who were they fighting? I think it was some no name. No, they were fighting somebody hard. Which way, Heavy Machinery got the win in that tag team match. It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know what freaking southern accent or that is. They're like, Tucky, I got Tucky. Well, go get him, Tucky. I love it. Next to that, we also have the footage of Johnny Gargano confessing and his reasoning to attacking Aleister Black, making his claim that he will lay out Aleister Black at NXT War Games takeover, saying he's getting used to the darkness. Saying he's still a good guy. I don't know. Next to that, we also have shit, I just forgot his name. Damn it, who is that big guy's name? I had his name earlier and I just forgot it.
I don't know.
Lars Sullivan, there you go. Lars Sullivan versus Velveteen Dream. In which case, Velveteen Dream looked like he was going to getting thrown around like crazy in that match. I showed you a little bit of it before I deleted off my phone.
Yeah.
Damn! Lars Sullivan took it to him and I freaked him out showing him Velveteen Dream. Him doing this while taking off his jacket. I can't do it. I don't know how you swerve your body like that. Look, you're trying to look sexy while taking off your jacket. I can't do it. Elbow. Forearm. Boom. In which case, thanks to Tommaso Ciampa, the champ of NXT, distracting Velveteen Dream, and ultimately him dropping on top of him, coming back and getting attacked by Lars Sullivan and doing the freak accident. Just tossing him in the air and just boom. Ow. Lay it out and 1, 2, 3. Then, of course, Tommaso Ciampa goes on the attack. But Velveteen Dream kicks his ass. And it took several referees to get him off, and he was walking away before doing his elbow drop, but nope, he came right back and elbow dropped and showcased that he's going to take that title at NXT War Games Takeover. Or how you pronounce it. NXT War Takeover War Games, I guess. Last but not least, the introductions and their peace of mind were thrown in. The Undisputed Era, all 4 members, said their piece alongside War Raiders, Pete Dunne, and Ricochet. It's going to be hell. I'd like to see something like that on SmackDown with the tag team division. I really do. Alright, so next it will be Lucha Underground. Look up Lucha Underground. Look it up, look it up, look it up. We're in the 10-minute mark. We're good. We're making good time. No Mae Young Classic. Waiting for that. It's the finale of Lucha Underground. They've made it into a 2-hour special instead of another hour special. Which case, first match of the night.
So not going to 2 hours?
It was 2 hours, yeah. With commercials, but less without the commercials. It would be, if I remember correctly, I think it was... Damn. Can't remember. What was the first match? Can you look it up? I'm trying to get my facts.
Dragon Aztec Jr. versus Phoenix.
Yeah. Trying to save a damned soul of Dark Phoenix. I don't like that because it gets mixed up with freaking X-Men.
But it's spelled different though.
Very much so. It's spelled with an F, not an PH. PhD. Ultimately, though, thanks to the interference of what's her name? Let me see her phone. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. In which case, Phoenix gets the first win, Dragon Azteca gets the second win, and then Antonio Cueto makes the match a falls count anyway. Just to make things more interesting. I'm trying to see her name. Melissa, that's her name. Melissa Santos, the girlfriend of Phoenix, trying to reason with Dragon Azteca that he's not himself, not to lay him down and attacking him with all sorts of weapons. But by doing so, Dark Phoenix actually attacked Dragon Azteca with the very same chair and laid him out. She then went on to take Dragon Azteca to be recuperated and left for the night, devastated over losing the love of her life. Still dark, still out of it, still dripping drool out of his mouth like... Because of that, we needed a new guest commentary in which Antonio Cueto actually announced a blockbuster news. The new guest announcer would be the youngest daughter of Vicky and, may he rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Shao Guerrero. And she was happy to be there, but not a certain somebody who already had the job, by the name of Famous B. He actually went up to her and said, I don't know who you or your family is, but if you want to be famous, take my card. Is there a gall on this guy?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about the Guerreros, probably.
No, he was just acting, not that.
Yeah.
Because you know wrestling, you know the Guerreros.
But he probably never heard anything about them. He's probably just a new guy.
No.
He probably never heard of the Guerrero name.
No, he probably did. He's just saying that because that's his character. Yeah. And it was funny because everybody heard her say the famous words of her mother, "Excuse me!" I was like, oh, Vicky! And she ranted on about all her family members, including her mother and her belated father. And she get on him saying, "You famous bitch," and that's what the B stands for. Bats, Striker, and Vampiro, ladies and gentlemen, saying that, I guess. And when he got all up in her face, here comes her cousin. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a Chavo Guerrero Sr., which was the older brother of Eddie, and his son, Chavo Guerrero Jr., who we know from, what was the team known as? Chavo and Eddie?
Los Guerreros.
Los Guerreros. He always called him Uncle Eddie because that was he was his uncle. So that means, what was her name? Shaw and Chavo are cousins. So he came to his rescue to save his cousin. I know that feeling. I do that for my cousin.
Me too.
In which case, it was happy to see her do the Three Amigos and Chavo do the Frog Splash. And the match went on. That next match was a death match between the Mac and Mil Muertes. And he had fucking axes in the damn coffin he brought in.
Damn.
He had fucking axes. I'm not kidding. He had axes, he had a chain and hook that you used for fishing, he had all that shit. And they used all that shit. He used a ice pick on freaking Mac's head. He was bleeding red. He was bleeding red all over the place. But the Mac showed that he wasn't ready to die. He fought and fought and fought, did 2 stunners, and hit Mil Muertes with a brick upside his head. You saw that sucker turn to dust. And then told him, fuck you! With a double flip like Stone Cold Steve Austin, gave him 1 last stunner and 1, 2, 3. Mil Muertes, for the first, lost to the Mac. I think for the first time. Yeah, for the first time. Good on you, Mac. Mm-hmm. The match after that, what was it? I'm trying to think here. There was so many things going on. Well, I think it was the sacrifice match between Johnny Mundo and his gauntlet versus the monster, Matanza Cueto, the son of Antonio Cueto. And Antonio Cueto was shocked to see that gloves. He says, let me see if I can do this. Johnny, I don't know where you got that gauntlet, but after this match, you will not have it. Because you will be put as a sacrifice to the gods. You gotta have that voice. Like Vince McMahon. Except it's more raspy. Throughout that match, Matanza Cueto was owning Johnny until he finally got that gauntlet on. And hell, he was put through a roof of a room. It's just like, haven't seen that in a long time. Because it's a new building. And they actually decided to do that. That was cool. I love that part of Lucha Underground. They threw people into the fucking roof of something. And everybody thought that he lost, that Johnny Mundo lost, his soul was sacrificed because they were playing Matanza Cueto's music. But nope. Johnny Mundo came from those doors in a puff of smoke, showing that the gauntlet was back on and it would saved him. And he punching the hell out of freaking Matanza Cueto, and for the first time ever, Matanza showed fear. It took a lot of punches and one hell of a punch from the top rope. Boom! Put the monster down once and for all. There was no sacrifice though. He was still running around. In which case, the next match after that was interesting. To say the least. Because it was the death match, the No Fears match, Zio Meta, between Pentagon Dark and Moth Matan.
Is it for the next match?
Yeah.
Mario the Moth Martinez.
Yeah.
For Pentagon Dark.
And they just tore things up. They had glass. They had canes. They had chairs. Marty the Moth buried freaking Pentagon Dark. He buried him in chairs. And they just kept whacking. Whack, 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 whack. There was a point where he got the gasoline tank and poured it on Pentagon Dark. And almost lit him up before Pentagon kicked the lighter out of his hand. And they were just tearing it up. And then finally, Pentagon Dark put Marty the Moth down once and for all. I'm not kidding about that glass. He went through some glass. He had glass shards stuck onto his flesh. Marty, I mean. And just when you thought it was all over, Vampiro turned his back on Pentagon Dark. Nutshot, and then he returned to Nutshot, and the true master appeared. Vampiro was the master, the teacher of Pentagon Jr., and thus helped him become Pentagon Dark, if you recall, by watching Netflix. Go check it out. Or YouTube, take a pic. But we did not know this. Vampiro had a master. And the master revealed himself to look very similar to Pentagon Dark. Except he had a skull that he can remove off his mask. And damn, could that motherfucker do some flips. I'll show that to y'all guys later. And then, coming in with the Gift of the Gods title, the Savage Jake Strong came in, cashed it in, gave it to the ref, and told him he wanted the match. And a worn out, tired, already battered from Marty the Moth, and then assaulted by these two of the master of Vampiro and Vampiro himself. All Jake Strong had to do, and Jake Strong's Jack Swagger for the record. If you didn't know who Jake Strong was. Strong! 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 He did that ankle lock and they had the sound effects of him breaking his ankle, but here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Pentagon Dark never tapped out. He passed out. Even in a withered state. Painful and everything, he chose not to tap out. He passed out. Losing the title still, though. At the end, they did some movie clips. That's what El Rey is known for. The Gauntlet was told to go back into hiding. But one thing was left undone. Dragon Azteca was still there and back to full health. Said there was unfinished business. Saying, make it quick. She will. Ultimately, the return of Black Lotus, the female assassin whose parents were killed by Monster Matanza Cueto. Seeking revenge, she wielded the gauntlet, fought him, and ripped out his heart. Ultimately, literally killing off the character. We will not see Monster Matanza Cueto ever again unless they revive him some way or somehow. Ultimately, the gauntlet was given back to Dragon Azteca Jr. And they avenged his master as well, Senior. But seconds after the gauntlet was given back, before they could put it into hiding, Jake Strong showed up and broke Dragon Azteca Jr.'s ankle, just like he did Pentagon Dark, and said, this gauntlet doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us. I was kind of confused as to who is us. But then after they did the little clip for beginning of the show, Johnny Mundo actually gave back the gauntlet for the record. He had enough strength to listen to Aerostar telling him that if he kept wielding the gauntlet, it wouldn't be him in control. It'd be somebody else in control of his body. A god. Johnny Mundo said, nobody controls this perfect body but me. Gave it back, and thus I already explained what happened afterwards. Jake Strong had the gauntlet now. After all of that. In the beginning, though, when he was absorbed with the gauntlet and talking with his wife, Taya, she had in their locker, and it was talking within the locker, the doll that Ricky Mundo had, that she took as a trophy after defeating him, after he ruined the wedding. Go ahead. I know you want to say it. Because I showed him this.
That was crazy. It looked like Annabelle from the doll.
It was more of a, what do you call that? Glass like
this is called skeleton doll.
No. It was
glass antique antique glass doll.
It's not prosthetic. Ceramic.
Yeah.
It was a ceramic doll.
But it still looked like Annabelle had a cousin.
With the grudge.
Yeah.
With a ring. Yeah, but he says, "Oh, I love you. I love you so much. You're so pretty. You're a perfect vessel." And she looked at that and she was shaking her head, always this, signifying a fucking Chucky moment. That's what it was, a Chucky moment. She took her body. Where's Taya then? Is she in the doll? They didn't show that because after he won the match, he came to say hello to his wife, Taya, and she made it perfectly clear. I'm not your wife. And she was throwing Mundo around like crazy. Poor Johnny Mundo. And all you hear is that sinister little doll girl's voice laughing, signifying that she said, I'm not your wife. I'm a god. I'm like, another god? Another one? How many gods are there? Fuck! But at the end of the show, that really cut the scene into the finale of season 4 of Lucha Underground. And that was where we saw Antonio Cueto, the master of Vampiro, the mysterious black figure, the guy working behind the scenes who had killed Daria Cueto, and coming into the vehicle, the title first, and with the gauntlet. Now we know what he meant by we own the gauntlet. This individual group Jake Strong works with. And the guy running the whole thing was finally revealed. I'll show you in a bit, but I'll tell you right now who it was. Because he said that, who's that blood on your shoulder? Matanza. And they said that he was a worthy vessel for the gauntlet. It's a sad he had to be sacrificed. But now we have to find a new vessel. And out from the shadows revealed. So does anyone else have some bad news for me? Fucking bad news. Wade Barrett is the guy behind everything. Smoking his fucking cigars.
So let's say he's joined
Lucha Underground. Yep. Hell, fuck yeah. I wonder where he's been. So let's do Impact now. I can't wait for season 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, ladies and gentlemen. I want the 5. Season 5. Woo! Ultima Lucha 5. But otherwise, starting off the show, I think it was... Oh, shit. Impact, yeah.
The Lucha Brothers, the OGs.
Oh, yeah, right. In which case, it was left, right. They were just going back and forth, just doing stunt after stunt after stunt. And Good Phoenix, by the way, is freaking corkscrewing in the air, headbutting, bam! Like, ah, damn, that hurt my neck.
Like you saw how the way that the OG was looking at the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah.
How they get tired of them doing little flips. And all
Yeah. Flip. Yeah. It's Lucha, bro. Airborne fighting style.
They you saw Hernandez
flying too.
He wanted to tag them most. He like, y'all need to stop doing that. We're here to wrestle, not to fly around.
Yeah, but the Lucha Brothers had the last say when they won with a weird freaking finisher. They freaking looked like they were gonna drop. Phoenix went and put his legs between his brother, and then he was gonna go face first into it. Nope, they flipped and freaking make it look like a Canadian destroyer. Right into the goddamn.
Kingston had a plan, but his plan backfired on
big
him.
time. And they're still celebrating. He said, "We still gotta celebrate our title victory. And we did that last month. Well, we got another month. We gotta celebrate them with the goddamn." They're happy though. They still get the party. This time they get the party with the Lucha Brothers. And the next match after that. I want to talk about freaking Allie. I hope she didn't become what I think she did. I hope she didn't just voluntarily become a corpse bride.
The new chick, Jordan Grace versus Katrina, whatever her name is. I don't know. This said the new girl.
Oh yeah, powerhouse woman.
Yeah, powerhouse woman. Then.
Yeah, she won the match with a bear hug against Guido's ex-girlfriend. I'm not kidding. That girl's powerful. Next. Still don't know much about her, so we'll just say that.
Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan for the exhibition title match at Rockstar Pro in Chicago. Well,
yeah, we're hitting the 30-minute mark, so we got to speed this up.
Okay,
but otherwise, it was 7 men that jumped freaking, including one of them being Sami Callihan. And Brian Cage didn't lose the title. It was disqualified. But watch, Sami Callihan's going to walk around saying he's the the X Division champion. I bet. Brian Cage was stupid. I know he had the power and he was proving it, but the numbers game got to him. Next.
Moose versus Eddie Edwards.
After being thrown out of the ring onto the stage, literally from the ring to the stage, because there's a ramp right there. Instead of the... No, it's just like that. Freaking Eddie Edwards is thrown powerbomb style. Bam! His wife panicking, and he ultimately gets speared in the ring, and they're worried about him having a concussion. They're making sure his eyes are not dilated. Telling him not to just immediately go to sleep when he goes home, because that could be bad. And he still wants to fight Moose.
She's telling him to stop all this, but she won't listen.
Yeah, he won't listen. Next. Did they mention Allie?
No, yeah. Eli Drake comes out with Joseph Parks, Abyss's brother.
Yep. Joseph Parks makes his claim, says other wrestlers and knockouts were actually complaining, and then Eli Drake's true intentions come out. He blames Abyss for everything. And Abyss and Chris are both the same person. Joseph Parks are both the same person. There's no brothers. There's one person. Ultimately, he gets jumped, and I imagine this is going to bring hell. He's going to bring fire. Next. Oh, they didn't mention Ali. Let's mention Ali. Ultimately, what was his name?
The father, James Mitchell.
James Mitchell comes to cash in and telling her to accept the darkness and engulf yourself into it. Let it take over. And ultimately, she accepted it to protect her friends. She said, "Don't let my friends get hurt." And Su Yung appeared, also extending her hand beside him. I hope she didn't become... I hope she does not become a corpse bride. I hope that's not the case. I saw we got Smoke.
Scarlet Bordeaux.
Freaking Shark Boy's doing hula hoops. And freaking Falaba is everywhere seeing freaking Smoke. He's just staying in one space. He's like,
hypnotized by her beauty.
Yep. And to speed things up, the match was so grueling, but Johnny Impact won against Killer Cross. Congratulations, man. That was one hell of a grueling match, but he won. He put an end to him. Well, not yet. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button if you like the content. Hit that notification bell for the next video. We'll put a link in the description for Xavier Hill and Mike Henry's link to the YouTubes. And like always, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.